level up, get set, level up, level up, get set, level up, level up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Hope everyone is having a very, very good day. West Ham United 2, Liverpool 2, in a game where I did predict West Ham will turn up. Yeah, that's one thing I did say. Yeah, I didn't predict how bad our fucking shit defending was going to be, but that's a story for another time. I'll start off at the beginning, as I always do. West Ham come out the traps, and Liverpool are the better side, don't get me wrong. And they was huffing and puffing, but they weren't having those shots on target, so to speak, especially in the first half. We had a few shots. Joe Bone had about 4 shots on target today, which was unreal to a point. And listen, the first half was a bit shit, I'm not going to lie, from like a spectator's point of view. That wasn't good. Wasn't good viewing at all in the slightest. But we did go ahead. Yeah, Joe Bone gets his head on it. 1-0 just before half time. Happy days. But the second half performance from West Ham is like that with me. It really is. Like, I'm happy that we've got the point. Over the moon that we've got the point. And we deserve something from the game to a point. But our defending shit, mate. I'm not going to lie. Our defending is pure and utter shite. And we come out second half and we do what we always do every single time. Yeah, we're not switched on. We're lackluster. We're not going to attack basically, and we start retreating. We start retreating into our shells to a point, and you know, it's just not good. It's just not good at all. They score such a shit goal. Areola today, I'm not being funny, everyone raves about him, but I thought he was iffy at best, mate. His kicking was absolutely shambolic. He's not dominating his area. That's a major issue to me. Like when balls are coming in, I want the keeper to come out and grab it and like relieve the pressure. He does neither. He simply does neither. And I do feel that goal from Robinson could have been prevented. I really do. Yeah. And then obviously they're on the march then, Liverpool. Completely and utterly on the march. And they score again. And the second goal, I'm going to be honest, cowboy defending. Like road traders. They are right? 100% road traders, mate, because they were shit at picking up players, West Ham. Yeah. Ball comes in. You got Alvarez, Souček, Obona, Zuma, all in a sort of area, and no one's picking up Gakpo at the back. Literally, like unreal. Obviously, it takes a few ricochets, goes in 2-1 to them, and then I'm going to be honest. I was sitting there and I was absolutely livid. Absolutely, I was raging with anger because when I thought West Ham were going to do something today, they just seemed to let me down. Yeah, and then they have a moment of madness, Liverpool. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Alisson comes out for a ball, drops it. West Ham keep recycling the ball. Emerson has a shot. Alisson saves it. And then they keep going again. And West Ham seem to just went right back into action again. And then obviously Antonio scored an header. Great header. Great header, mate. Trust me. Like neck muscles, everything. Back of the net, 2-2. And then obviously the game was filtering out to a point, and both teams were trying to go for it, but just didn't work out in the end. But I'm going to say this, Anthony Taylor, mate, biggest wrong going. Literally, he is such a bad referee. Yeah. First off, why are you not allowing the corner to come in? That's a simple question there. It's an attack. It's a phase of play. Jared Bowen was down for a foul, and there was moments where there was fouls given, and he wasn't yellow carding people. Do you know what I'm saying? Antonio got fouled so many times today, and for quite to a point, and it was like referee just had to play on. So yeah, Anthony Taylor can take a big L today. I thought he was absolutely shocking. So the game ends up 2-2. How do I feel about it? I'm quite happy about it for 2 reasons. Number one, West Ham gets something on the board again. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're not sitting there all doom and gloom. Second reason that I'm happy is I had the yank to 5. I've been saying it on Twitter. People just don't listen to a word I say. Yeah, and that's up to them. But I'm quids in today, mate. 8-5 on a double chance. When West Ham do get heavily defeated, right? Then the next game, West Ham turn up. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know about Anthony Tate saved us. I don't think so about that. Do you know what I'm saying? We're bipolar. I swear. I agree, mate. I really do, Sean. Right, we are, and that's what I've always said. West Ham are bipolar FC all day long. Let's get this man in. Let's see what he's himself. So, Daddy, welcome. Take it away, mate.
Hello there. Okay. Some of the stuff I've seen on Twitter, the amount of people calling out Kudus, they should be calling out the 85 million pound man Paqueta because he went missing again, missing in action, and they're calling out Kudus who set up our first goal. Yes, he's not the best, but some of the stuff he does is important, and people are calling him crap. Some of our fans.
Anyone who's saying Mo's crap, mate, needs to seriously like
And
going
then
on with
they're saying he has. Okay, he's not been as good on the left wing, but he's still been way better than Lucas Paqueta. But people don't want to call him out. Call him out. He was lucky he didn't get a yellow card first 5 minutes for that stupid tackle he put in. And you know the one chance we made for him. Why is he heading it back to Bowen? Shoot it. Go for the goal. And then, but Jared Bowen, what a player, man. We are so lucky he signed a 7-year contract for us. Because if we're ever gonna sell him, we're gonna get 120 mil for him. I think we could get that for him. What a player he is. Michael Antonio, club legend. The amount of disrespect people put on him. Clutch goal once again. Since coming back from that injury, he's been clutch. What a striker.
well, you know,
But our defense, seriously,
yeah,
we're gonna have to sign 2 right backs this summer because both our right backs are out of contract. We need another left back. We need minimum 2 center backs because when our 2 current center backs are so slow. Anytime they play a through ball behind us, I'm worried they're gonna score because we have 2 of the slowest center backs. Like Kurt Zuma, his legs are gone. He can't run. If we're gonna play Kurt Zuma and Ogbonna, and we're playing a higher line with them.
yeah. No, listen, I'm listening to what you're saying. I don't agree with the Mohamed Kudus his crap shouts from people. I must
Oh
admit.
no,
like,
I agree. I the amount of it, and they're not saying anything about Paqueta, who's been worse. If you think Kudus is the problem, is crazy. Yes, his decision making isn't the best sometimes, but he does a lot more. The times he carries the ball for us, dribbles past defenders. Like without Kudus, we aren't as good. But I will say, I would have subbed Ben Johnson on second half. I'm sorry when players that like Diaz are running at Sufal, I get worried because like early second half he got nutmegged by Gravenberch.
he is a major for me. He's a major problem to foul. Yeah,
But
like it do some things good. He do some things good, and we think, you know what? Yeah, he's doing all right. And then he just go absolutely all over the place. Like literally, like I'm in the first half. He cut inside. He's allowing Diaz to cut inside to unleash his shot, like pushing down the wing.
Whenever we play wingers like Diaz, I'd play Johnson. Because Sufal does it all the time, and he just struggles against them.
Yeah.
But I thought Antonio, Bowen, Kudus were good. I thought Alvarez was good, made some good tackles. Suchek was decent. Some of our defending, like we can't defend forever with these center backs we have because they have mistakes in them. Every one of our center backs has a mistake in them.
All right, who was your best player today?
Bowen.
Worst.
Probably Paqueta or Ogbonna or Zuma, one of the defenders, maybe.
Fair enough, Sir Daddy. I'll let you go, mate. Take it easy.
Peace.
That was Sir Daddy. Listen, I agree to a point. Sufal is a bit of a problem at West Ham for me. He really is. I think people rave about him because he gets the assists and he does a couple of good things well. But against pacey wingers, this man can't do it. He simply can't do it. Anyone who's knocking Mohamed Kudus, mate, please, let's not start like scapegoating players now. Mo's not fucking shit, bruv. Yeah, he's not. He's simply not shit. Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. Some of the players today had spells in the game where they was all right. Antonio was pretty quiet for most of the game up until the last sort of 15 minutes, where he sort of decided to a point. He went, "I've had enough of people keep bullying me around. I'm going to start like laying stuff on them." And then West Ham started to do something. I agree with it with what Sadadi said about the defence. I think personally the whole defence needs to be changed to a point. I think the only one who sort of keeps his place is Emerson. But our fullbacks, we need to have bombing fullbacks up and down like consistently, and also people who can get the ball and carry it away and not scared to sort of go forward. The amount of times that we was getting the ball today and we was just picking them up and just hoofing it straight up the pitch, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? Like you're just layering it just to come back and be recycled straight back. So the defence today for me, it's a makeshift defence. Let's be real, but our defence, we need we need energy in our defence, and then and shouldn't even be here. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's been a long good servant to West Ham, but he shouldn't be in our defence, and we shouldn't be relying on Ange. That's more to the point. We shouldn't be really relying on Angelo Bonner to come in and like save us to a point. I thought Alvarez played okay today. I'm going to be honest. I thought he was everywhere again, and when he's on it, Alvarez, he's on it. Like. But, you know, I think we need someone next to him next year. Someone who's got the same sort of attitude and mentality and aggression to a point, yeah? For some reason today, West Ham were like a bit passive in moments, yeah? In the last 15 minutes of that game, I just noticed that Antonio and other players were starting to put their foot in, like go sliding in with tackles and showing a bit more sort of aggression to try and do something in the game. Do you know what I mean? So, to me, it's a point gained. Yeah, it is. And West Ham always do turn up after a bad defeat. But I think in the future, we need a restructuring of our defence. Like even Areola today, yeah. I know he's been a good player for us all season. I get that. Listen, I understand it. But the first goal, yeah, he has to come out and he has to sort of push that round the post. He has to be strong with that, yeah, because it's not a powerful shot. It's a pretty lackluster shot, really, and he's allowed that to go through him to a point. And there's so many times where he gets the ball and he's playing that sort of diagonal pass, either to Emerson or Soufal. And like, I'm not being funny, that's got to be pinpoint. Like that pass has got to be pinpoint every single time. It's either too high or it's too short or it's just not right. And then he starts launching the ball out like a basketball player. Like he's good. He's a good shot stopper, Areola. But for me, I'm not convinced in regards of dominating his box. He just doesn't dominate the box for me. So yeah, listen, Liverpool. Jack said it yesterday on a sort of video that we done yesterday. Yeah, Jack turned around and said that you're going to be quite surprised at sort of what Liverpool are like. And when they went 2-1 up, I just thought this is over now. This is West Ham have sort of solided it up to a point. And when we got back into the game, I think another 5 minutes in that game. That game goes on for another 5 minutes. I think West Ham could have had really another couple of golden chances. It's just, I just think we're tired. I think we're tired of this season as a whole. But I'm going to get to your comments. Put your stuff in the chat. Let me know what you think. I'm going to read it out. I'm going to go for another 10 minutes and I'm going to wrap this up. So, yeah. James, you can see the club needs sorting out in the summer. It's so painful to watch. It is, mate. It is. I'm going to be honest, right? When I'm sitting there today and I'm looking at our bench and I'm thinking, you bring on Ward-Prowse, who does the job to a point. We need major investment. We need a manager in the future, whether like Moyes goes or whatever. We need a new manager that's going to come in and sort of galvanise this side. Do you know what I mean? Anyone who's knocking Mo today needs to seriously have a look. Seriously have a fucking look and say, you know what, come on. Like, because Mo's been a shining light this season. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not a bad player. Is he playing in the wrong position? Possibly. Like, he's not a left-sided attacker. That's one thing. He's a 10 or a right-sided attacker. So, you know, and I did notice that they were doubling up on him quite a lot today, Liverpool. Like, amount of times I was getting so wound up that no players were helping him out. Like Mo will have 2, 3, 4 players around him, and West Ham, like the West Ham players, just are nowhere near him. They're miles away from him. Like Geezer can't do it on his own. So there's that situation. I thought Bowen today, for instance. I use this as an example. I thought apart from the goal, yeah, Bowen was in and out to a point. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he'd do something, and we think, yeah, here we go, and then he'd get fouled, or he'd get like Bowen wasn't in the game as fluent as he usually is. So, you know, it is what it is. It's a good point. It's a good point against Liverpool. Like, if someone would have said to you at the start of the game, West Ham are going to get a 2-2 draw out of this, and we're going to get a point out of the game, I think people would have took that. Yeah, I was seeing people saying we're going to lose 4-0, 5-0, 3-0. You know, you name it. But as I said the other day, and I said it on Twitter, I know this club at the back of my fucking hand, and when they sort of are playing against top sides, West Ham turn up to a point. Now Liverpool weren't top form today, but neither were we. There's 2 poor sides playing each other, and that was the end result to a point. So yeah, let's get to this from Rob. A draw against Liverpool is always a good result. When did our expectations change? Yeah, of course it's a good result, mate. Like, I'm not even questioning that. If someone would have said to me at the start of the day, you're going to get a draw against Liverpool, I think we would have all accepted that all day long. We could have nicked it at the end. We could have done. We seriously could have done. And there was moments like towards the end where I'm thinking, come on, West Ham, right, get the ball out and try and go for the win. Like, but you know, a point is a point. I'm going to talk about Moyes. Now, people sort of knock Moyes to a point for not going bold and not going attacking. Going 4-2-3-1 against Liverpool Football Club must tell you all you need to know that he was going for it today. Do you know what I'm saying? Having Alvarez and Souček as the 2-man midfield, and having the front 4 of Kudus, Bowen, Paqueta and Antonio is always going to cause people ag. It's going to cause people situations where them boys, if they're on it, then we can win games or not lose games, so to speak. And today, I think a lot of them were in and out. Like, I agree with what Sadani said there about Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta's mind is in Manchester, but his body is still at West Ham. And he does the most stupidest things to try and win fouls. And when he doesn't win the fouls, we're all looking at him going like, can you get up and get back to it? Do you know what I'm saying? But the referee didn't help him today. The referee was a bit of a nightmare. And Anthony Taylor, for me, how people rate this geezer as one of the best referees in the Premier League, I do not know. I seriously do not know, because there was so many times today where he angered the complete life out of me. Literally complete life out of me. One thing I'll give Moyes is signing Bowen, best signing since Pyatt. Yeah, listen, but Bowen's quality, isn't he? Ref could have let us have that corner like 99% of the referees would have. Lee, I agree, mate. I seriously do agree. When I look at it, like, why didn't he not allow us to take it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's the dying minutes of the game. It's going to be the last attack. But, you know, I think he needed to be somewhere today, so to speak. We didn't do enough to win the game. Yeah, I agree on that, mate. We definitely didn't do enough to win it. But, you know, it is a concern with me in regards to West Ham for the future. When I do look at the defence, and I look at like the structure of us at the minute, the front four's good, but you take Paqueta out of that, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, it's just, what can you say? 70-30% possession says it all. Yeah, I know, mate. Taylor is the highest paid Premier League ref. Yeah, he's without a doubt the worst. Yeah, he is, mate. He really is. Like, he just drives me mad. He really drives me mad. I'm not going to swear on this one. I'm going to remain calm today, calm and composed. James, it feels like it's just luck at times. I don't know about luck. I think, like, in the first half, Liverpool really didn't do a lot as in shots. Yeah, West Ham was having more shots than them. Yeah, and as the half went on, they obviously hit the post in the first half, and they didn't really do a lot, like, as in to sort of say, wow, they're completely dominating us. But yeah, they had a lot of the ball because obviously they're the better side, but they weren't sort of like firing loads of shots on our goal, and Ariola's keeping us in the game like he usually is. The difference is when we come up against teams who know how to attack, our defence is just shit at times. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a incident in the first half that I've just remembered where the offside come into play, where someone cleaned someone out, Angela Bonneran balled it, and as luck would have it, Diaz was offside. if the F's is onside, that's a penalty to them, and they possibly go 1-0 up. So but our defence, especially like in moments, like it's like last ditch, we've got to save the day defending. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how it should be. Right? West Ham need to be more composed and calm about the situation, and the defence needs major work, mate. Major work. Like Zuma to me is just not the captain. I'm not going to lie. I just don't see him as a leader that I want at West Ham. Angelo Bonner, as I've always said, is fourth choice, and he's starting. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, we shouldn't be relying on a 34, 35-year-old who's been at the club many years to come in and try and save us in moments because we're running out of players. And Soufal is an interesting one, yeah. For me, when I look at Soufal, I think he's a sort of player that is good from the bench to come on and see out a game, but I don't think he's a good one to come on and sort of deal with situations. Every time Vladimir Soufal is up against pace, he gets terrorised, gets completely destroyed. I remember it years ago when he arrived, he was getting done by wingers, and I was thinking they're pinpointing him as a target. Every time Liverpool had the ball, straight to Diaz, straight to against Soufal. And that is a problem. Do you know what I mean? He did do a mad header clearance, I agree, but what it is, people will remember that clearance. They won't remember the rest of the game. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's just he frustrates me. He frustrates me. And also, it's not so much what he does is in the defensive aspect. It's when he gets the ball down. Where Emerson will get the ball down and try and go forward and play a 1-2 or try and carry the ball up the pitch, so to speak. Soufal will stop, turn, and check his run and pass it back or sideways. Like, that's not how we're going to progress. And so many times today, he was hoofing that ball down the line every single time. And it was like, mate, please, like, I'm begging you, like, change it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if Antonio's not getting the ball, yeah, and he's not holding the ball up, then the ball's just always going to consistently come back every single time. So for me, he needs to be looked at in the summer, either as a backup option or to be let go, because I do feel West Ham need to start concentrating on that defensive sort of aspect of things. No attacking subs. James Ward-Prowse on the run around for 20 minutes. Moyes hoping for set pieces to win. Well, there you go, mate. That's West Ham to a T, isn't it? Let's be honest. Safari is a great average right back who can't bloody ever score. Yeah, he looks at his depth at times for sure. I know what you're saying, Sean. Like, he do with Safari. I'm not going to go in on him, yeah, because it's an interesting one. But when you look at him up against pacey players, he needs a lot of help. He needs a hell of a lot of help, and he'd do one good thing good, and everyone will remember that one good thing. But then there'll be like 5 things in the game where he's been out of position, passing's been terrible, hoofing the ball down the line. There'll be he'll get the ball, he'll turn to go forward, he'll go forward about 15 yards and then check his run and pass it back or sideways. Like, he just doesn't get, he's not getting balls down the side enough for me and crossing balls in and being a menace on that side. He simply isn't. Antonio started in the post-match interview, said he would have taken a point before the game. We needed 3 points today. Yeah, we did need 3 points today, mate. I'm not going to lie, Brian. That was that. Yeah, that. Well, I think if we win the game, I think we've got an outside chance of Europe. Now we've got no chance. I think we just got to enjoy the last 3 games. And wherever we land, so to speak. Yeah, I think Chelsea next week will be a tough game. London derby, though, so anything can happen. We've had some bad luck at Chelsea over the years. Like, I remember a few years ago, obviously, with the Bowen incident, where I can't remember who was the referee, but the last minutes of the game, we go through, we score, and they say it's a foul on the goalkeeper, and we end up losing the game 2-1. But every time we go to Chelsea, we always seem to have a good go. Like, when that happened a few years ago, we scored first in that game. They come back 2-1. And then obviously the incident happened at the end where it completely killed us off. So we've got Chelsea, we've got Luton. I expect West Ham to beat Luton at home. I really do. I think Luton will be relegated by the time they get to us, sort of thing. And then Manchester City away, we've got no hope, no chance. Like, The only hope we've got is if the Premier League's done and they're there to have a party. Do you know what I mean? But I think the Premier League goes all the way to the end, and it'd be just typical that West Ham stopped the Manchester side many years ago at Upton Park. If they go to the Etihad, they could probably try and stop City from winning it to a point. And that wouldn't surprise me, but I do think we're going to get done up there. Yeah, so the next two games, really, if we can get 4 points, then that's all we're getting from there to the end of the season. Let's have a look. Bowling Lounge, hope you're well, mate. Newcastle are losing. Yeah, I know. That'll do us to a T. Johnson can't do any worse since we have only won 4 in 22. Obviously, Sifo is the difference between Europe and mid-table. Yeah, I agree, mate. Shout out to this man. Alvarez was immense this game. Yeah, he was good. Yeah, no, Edson's the sort of player that when he's on it, we're on it, and he's everywhere, and that's what we need, so to speak. So, is what it is. Right, I'm going to wrap that up. It's Saturday afternoon. Go and watch the footy results wherever you are, people. Yeah. I'm going to do a player ratings later on this evening. So, yeah, check it out on E20 Zone TV. I will be there probably about 7, 8 o'clock time, maybe. Yeah. So just keep a lookout. I will post it out on all social media platforms. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to E20 Zone TV. Hit the notification bell and all of that. And my final thought is this. It's a point gained against a very good side who are trying to compete to win the Premier League. There is a lot of issues with West Ham at the minute, and this is like the slow death currently at West Ham. We are slowly waiting for the season to end so we can just rebuild and restructure this side for next season. Yeah. Bowen is a massive player for West Ham. When Bowen's in the side, there's always a chance. People need to lay off Mohamed Kudus. Yeah, he's not as bad as what people think. He's playing out of position. Yeah, if you can keep saying about other players playing out of position, like Lucas Paqueta, and keep using that excuse for Lucas Paqueta every single time, you can use it for Mohamed Kudus. Yeah, he's not that bad. He was trebled up on at times today, and he can't do it all on his own. I think our defence needs to be sorted out. Seriously does. I don't want to see Kirk Zouma as the captain. I think Angelo Bonner, he's been a great servant to West Ham, but if the club are trying to give him another 1-year deal, that tells you all you need to know about the club and about the ownership of the club. And yeah, listen, Antonio, I'm going to shout him out. Yeah, it's a goal today. He's got us the point that we needed to a point, and he deserves a bit of respect, mate. He really does. And I've got to take a big L on this, like a huge L, because I said to people before, I said, I want my striker to score goals. Like, that's what he's paid to do. He's paid to score goals. And I understand when people say, oh, James, all right, we want him to hold the ball up and not be that centre forward. But today he was all right. He was all right in moments. Do you know what I'm saying? And he did end up getting us the goal that got us a point at the end of the day. Ever since he's come back from injury, he has been a completely different Mikel Antonio. Do you know what I mean? So long may that continue. Anyway, as I say, go and enjoy your Saturday afternoon. Hope you win on your football bets. I told everyone to get on the 8 to 5 West Ham double chance. I hope you got on it, because I most certainly did. Take care. Bye-bye.
Level up, get set, level up, level up.